Do not drink the Kool-Aid. Guys, we're going to talk about some things, mainly why it's important to represent the targeted individual community correctly. Well, first of all, I'd like to apologize for yesterday's video. I wasn't able to get the links up there. Evidently, YouTube doesn't like that. Every now and again, you can sneak one by, but that's just the way it is. I had a video on how China was, using technology to, implement their social credit system and how that's relevant to us. And it's just mind-blowing. They got well over 1 billion people at once, and they're monitoring them simultaneously with facial recognition technology and all that stuff. But anyway, on with this video. As a targeted individual, you deal with some things that are pretty strange. And, the big problem with being a targeted individual is, if you could... If you have to tell someone what you're dealing with, whether it be street theater, the neighborhood harassment, workplace harassment, how all these things are manifesting to you, maybe the directed energy weapons, V2K, all that stuff, people are going to just think you're nuts, right? That's how it's designed. Okay, that's the modus operandi for being a targeted individual. Gang stalking involves things that are just not believable. They're so unorthodox that if the victim tries to get help, people are going to think they're mentally ill. And I've talked about how the criteria for diagnosing people with mental illness fits perfectly with, the victim's experience with gang stalking, right? And, I've talked about how there's a large percentage of the population that has no idea these things are going on, right? So getting to the point, it's very important, when you're dealing, just in your, individual situation with people, how you might, explain your circumstances to people, okay? And, likewise, if you have a channel or if you're discussing, with people or trying to explain to people, what gang stalking is, if you're even, gonna tell anyone, which sometimes I don't say anything at all because, the big problem with, this whole thing is gathering evidence for it is difficult, and you have to gain credibility with people. And a lot of it, and I mean a lot of credibility with people before you tell them some of the things you're dealing with. Because even, I've had good friends that, trusted me with things. They would come and talk to me about problems and everything. And I would, hang out with them for quite a while. And then I would, tell them something. And they'd be like, you're having problems, aren't you? You need to go see somebody, or You've lost it. You flipped your lid, man. And you regret it. You learn, and I'm sure a lot of you experience that. You learn very quickly that you have to be very careful how you present this stuff. And, when I see a lot of the channels out there, I see people talking about things that are legitimate, okay? I believe them. I do. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. They might be talking about getting zapped with directed energy weapons, or they might be talking about V2K or, synchronicities or something, or people, doing things that they've been sensitized to, or wearing red shirts or headlights or something. I believe them. I do. But the only reason I believe them is because I've seen this stuff firsthand, right? And, the problem is the majority of the people out there don't know about it. And if I hadn't experienced this stuff, for myself, I haven't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. And some of the people out there that are making videos, whatever they are, we're not going to pick on anybody in particular, it's just like they forgot that. It's like they have somehow, joined this, this cult or something. And it's just, of course, that's the way we've always done it. That's, we're headed out to, our island, and we're going to dig a hole in a cave, and, all our wives belong to the cult leader now. And what do you mean? That's weird, And it's like people have forgotten that the people that we have to gain credibility with, you can't just do that. You cannot just make videos, for example, of cars without headlights and expect people to understand. What are they going to think, right? What are they going to think logically? We have to be logical. What are they going to conclude? Guy needs to replace his headlight. What's that have to do with you, right? Well, of course, I'm not doubting people. If they say, and I've seen some of this stuff. I haven't really had to deal with the headlight thing either, that or I never noticed it. I've seen people brighting and doing things in traffic. I know it's there, but the thing is it's not going to work, because people who haven't experienced this stuff they're gonna come to that logical conclusion. They're gonna say, these people are just crazy. Does that help targeted individuals? No, it doesn't. I hear people all the time talking about how targeted individuals need a voice. They need to be vindicated. We have to make this stuff known and so forth. And this is why I'm doing it. And I'm telling people, and I just don't damn care, because it's true. Okay. And I believe you. I know it is. And I respect people who are brave enough to get out there, whether they're making, one headlight videos or whatever. Okay. I get it, but you have to be logical. This is just nothing more than constructive criticism, and it has to be considered, not only for you, but for everybody else. And I've talked about this before too, that new targeted individuals are very vulnerable to disinformation. And a lot of times people are going to be hyper-focused on one area or the other, and they're going to get, they're going to get imbalanced. Okay, what I'm getting at is, who do you want representing you? Who do you want representing you? How are people out there who don't know about gang stalking going to understand how these people have an asymmetrical, scenario that is oppressing you, and they are able to hide it? Because that's what's going on. Make no mistake. And, you see people come through, they claim to be handlers or whatever, and all that. What do they always say? you need to take your pills, man. You need to take some, medication. You need to be force medicated because you're crazy. And, the people that are doing this are getting away with it, and they're getting away with it because it is so cleverly done. It is so unorthodox. It's so weird and unbelievable that evidence is almost impossible to gather, right? And it's so passive, and the techniques change and so forth, and they're loving it because people are, they're discrediting themselves. They don't know they're doing it. They're just being honest, and I've talked about that before too. I've made videos about it, where if you're going to go get help, you got to be careful how you do it. You have to be careful, who you're talking to and what you're telling them. And I believe you. I believe that you're telling the truth. I believe that these people who have these channels and, tell their testimonies about, whatever it is, being zapped or, they're frustrated. Some of them are getting angry. And, I believe what they're saying is true. That's another thing. If you have a channel, you have to carry yourself professionally. Is it okay to be, using profanity every other word on your channel? Is that necessary? Is it? That makes me frustrated because it affects me. It affects the targeted individual community. I've seen people, I can understand they're angry. I can understand they're frustrated. And I can understand that they're just trying to create, content that's honest for people, and they're sharing their experience and all that stuff. But, okay, it's not all just about you. Okay, everybody is going to be affected by this stuff. And when someone is making videos that people aren't going to understand, or they're using profanity or representing the targeted individual community in a way that does damage, in my opinion, that's not going to go. Okay, that is counterproductive. Not only does, the content of your videos or your conversation have to help people who are victimized by gang stalking, but it also has to represent it in a credible way to people who don't know what it is. You have to be logical. It's like the dollar. A lot of people are worried about inflation. The dollar's gone already. You have to know. Back in 1971, when we got rid of the gold standard, it was just a matter of time. This fiat currency thing is not going to work. We're headed to blockchain digital money. Okay, they're doing all this stuff on purpose. We might be able to drag it out for a little while, but it's gone. It's gone already. Don't wonder what's going to happen to the currency, because it's already toast. It's just a matter of when. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked, but getting back to the point. We have to do this properly. We have to be, mindful of the fact that a lot of people out there are new at this, and a lot of people out there are, well, they're just not going to believe it. It's like people forget that, it's like they become part of a cult or something, right? And, I see their video, they'll turn on, hi, I'm such and so, hi, targeted individual community. It's been one of those days. I got chased by people with one headlight and one tail light. And, the guys at Walmart had, red shirts on. And, I could, hear people talking to me. And when I got home, I was up all night getting my genitals zapped by energy weapons. And, it's like, I know they're telling the truth. I mean, I know they're just being honest, but you got to remember that other people are watching this stuff, man. They're not going to know what the hell's going on. And, just remembering that is important. Guys, I would like to thank all of you who went to the GoFundMe and help me out. I would still appreciate help. I can't put any links up, as we know yesterday when I made the video. So if you go into GoFundMe, it's Michael, Arizona, capital M, capital A, extended COVID expenses. And, I don't have a whole lot of expenses for the channel, probably about $40 to $45 a month with, the Android stuff and the YouTube Premium. But I would appreciate any help. I'm still out of work. Today I am feeling better. I'm not coughing, and or at least not as much. This COVID thing, man, it is just, I am going to be wearing my mask everywhere. But guys, be good to yourselves. Be safe.